Good morning, ARMR Insiders. Welcome to the morning meeting of our virtual hedge fund we call the ARMR Investing Way. Thanks for spending your morning with me. Let's talk about Pure Storage and the earnings announcement last night. We'll briefly touch on UiPath, PATH, round it out with a quick discussion about Palantir and the new contract they won and what it means for our portfolio. ARMR Macro, it's the one that's follows the risk monitor the closest. It has exposure, but some reduced exposure. Special situations, that's my more discretionary money. I don't follow as closely to the risk monitor. So a lot more cash in that portfolio right now, looking for guidance today and tomorrow. ARMR Invest, that's our dividend portfolio. That's our, and every now and then a growth stock will show up in there. I don't touch that portfolio except for once a week. It's a weekly stops, Friday at the close. And I'll tell you right now, I don't see a lot of names near the stop. So probably doing nothing with that portfolio, which means it's fully invested. It doesn't care about the wild swings in the market during the week. It has a singular focus. We use particular entry points that are different. They're not momentum entry points. As an example, just to give you a heads up again, just to remind you, okay? We like to buy bottoming wedges after just an ass-kicking sell-off in a blue chip name when everyone's sure it's going to go bankrupt, there's too much debt, they're going to cut the dividend, and we don't think that's right. So we use our algo, we look for entry points. This is AT&T. We buy it cheap. It rallies. We pick up a bunch of dividend payments, and we have lots of fun. How about Altria? 10% yield, okay? Huge downtrend. Bottoming wedge, we pick it off, we're picking up a 10% yield, the stock is going up. I mean, these are just some basic examples. How about LNC, one of our recent acquisitions, right? This is, Buffett's buying, Chubb, we bought LNC right down in here, 6.5% yield, okay? So that's what we're looking for. And those positions don't get tripped out. Here's something big. We bought, we're up, 50% or something on Agnico Eagle. And that's why I say sometimes it's kind of a little bit of growth too. This is only a 3.5% yield. I say only. I'll pick 3.5% with the principal up 50%. That works for me. All right. So those are the type of positions we're looking for. And I'm going to highlight two positions for you right now for your attention. And it's got to be the bulk shippers and the shipping stocks in general. These are stage one base breakouts. This is my favorite, Star Bulk. It's the largest bulk shipper. Okay, you can see it's breaking out. We bought it recently. And then we've held on to this energy shipping stock, huge cup and handle base. We're picking up some yield in there. All right, now let's talk about highlighted stock of the day. And let's be honest, it has to be Pure Storage again. We talked about it yesterday going into earnings. Told you I wasn't selling any. I'm going to carry it into earnings. We bought it under 40. I think this is a huge stock over the next 3 to 5 years. Is it the next NVIDIA? I don't know. But I think it can dramatically outperform the S&P and the NASDAQ 100, and that's why it's an ARMR power play name, and that's why it's in our portfolio, okay? So stage one base breakout, that's the number one in here. We were buying it in here. We were buying it right in front of previous earnings announcements. It blew out, made a pennant formation. We added to it right in here, broke out again. Now it's up another 8%, 9%, 9% on the earnings announcement last night. This is a juggernaut in storage. I'm going to say something now, it's a little cheeky, and please give me a pass here, because in all humility, I'm just having a little fun with you right now. But when you look at the ARMR report and you look at the ARMR Investing Way, and then you look at like a multi-billion-dollar company like ARK Invest, I don't think I'm charging enough. I mean, seriously, let's look at a couple of her top 10 names. Kathy's top 10 names is a rogues gallery of disaster, okay? Some of her top 10 names in the ARK fund: Zoom, total, utter disaster. I mean, it's flatlining nightmare. Teladoc, absolute disaster, flatlining nightmare. How about Roblox? How about Roblox recently, right? Roblox, just a disaster, along with Unity. Now, I mean this in all fun and a little and humility, a little bit of cheekiness. But I brought Levi on to talk to you guys about how bad Roblox was. We avoided Roblox here. We avoided Unity here, right? Kathy thinks they're one of the couple greatest ideas in the world. All she needed to do was talk to my 10-year-old son. He'd tell her that was absolutely wrong. Stocks are getting wrecked. We're avoiding all of this here at the ARMR Report. Okay, the ARMR Investing Way is ignored and able to sidestep total disaster. And most recently was yesterday. Okay, here's UiPath. Now, you know I had UiPath on my list in the past. And what did I say to you guys? I said, after all the work done, UiPath doesn't cut it for me. Samsara does, right? So we've made some money on IoT. I think Samsara is the niche AI story that I'm going to keep trading. It's the top shelf of our whiteboard. We don't own it right now, but it's on the top shelf of the whiteboard. And we've made money trading it on the way up, right? Kathy thinks UiPath is the number one name. Stock's down 30+% this morning. Total disaster on earnings last night. CEO steps down, bringing back the old CEO, trying to right the ship. What a mess. Maybe I should just extend a courtesy ARMR Report subscription for Kathy. I mean, it's just a disaster. And our number one stock, and one of the only two stocks in the ARMR Special Situations Fund right now, is Pure Storage. Up another 8% this morning on earnings. So thanks for allowing me that little bit of cheek there, and in all humility. Let's round it out with another top stock to watch. Very top of our whiteboard. Another name, Pure Storage, IoT. We own Coinbase in the portfolio right now, which is actually up a couple percent this morning. Actually, Kathy likes that too. So I don't know. Maybe I should sell it. That disturbs me. But Palantir is the stock to watch this morning. You and I have been talking about this a lot on the desk. I'm looking for the next entry point. Okay, we actually made some money in Palantir here because we bought it before earnings. It popped. We sold some before the number. And when it gapped down, we got out of the rest at break even. And it's gone a little bit lower, but it's holding that red line there. And I find that very constructive. And if we could get up into that green box here, will that be the fourth entry point? One was here. You can see this uptrending channel. It's pretty obvious. One was here. Two entry point was here. It was tricky, but it made money on that earnings gap up. Okay. 3 was right here. It blew out on earnings. Okay. Then 4 is right here. If it could get back above the 50-day moving average, the ARMR algo is set to give us an entry point. The stock is up a couple percent this morning. $80 million deal with U.S. Army announced today. Bank of America. Here's a Bank of America comment. We continue to see Palantir as an enabler for AI in this new evolution of war fighting. Beyond military applications, we see Palantir as a clear beneficiary of the new Chief AI Officer Initiative. Chief AI Officer Initiative. I only think there's 2 stories that really fit that bill. One of them is Palantir. So looking for an opportunity there. It's going to gap up this morning. I'm not buying the gap up, but I'll look for maybe a day trading entry point. And if I get it and it rips to the close, boom, I'll be on Palantir by the end of the day.